Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy MasoMoney back with another video. So we're going to Dallas today to find out about the new Dallas beef. I don't know quite much about nothing of that. I know that's Dallas, Texas. The only person I really know from New Dallas was two people coming up. The Zillionaire Doe, or Zillionaire, something like that. He made cool music. I like that song he got, that Back to the South. I think he had another song like Life's Great or something like that. Those are some relatable songs. So I fucked with that song. And then another dude coming up out of there is Montana 700. I think FBG Murda is a drill rapper or something else. So you know what he's talking about in his music. So we finna find out about, kind of get more understanding, see what they got going on down there in New Dallas, because we ain't knowing, so we got to get to knowing.
FBG Murda and Lil 6 are essentially going to war with the whole New Dallas scene. Dropping disrespectful diss songs as well as sending messages in the streets, it's clear that there's more going on to what we hear in the music. In this video, I will break down the recent conflict between OTS and the New Dallas scene. The New Dallas movement was started early 2024 by the likes of popular rising artists such as Zillionaire Doe and Montana 700. Coming up simultaneously with the Dallas drill scene, New Dallas would take a different approach to the masses, choosing to promote unity and motivation for the city by bringing some of the most reputable trappers and scammers from almost every respected hood in Dallas. Their most notable faces of the movement, Zillionaire Doe, who hails from the Four Deuce neighborhood in South Dallas and Montana, 700 from the Woodtown neighborhood in Oak Cliff, has risen to the top ranks in the city as far as influence goes, with Montana signing a record deal with 300 back in August of 2024, as well as Doe signing to Yo Gotti's CMG in February of this year, dropping huge street bangers like Back to the South and Pipeline turning the city up last year. As stated before, the New Dallas scene consists of rappers from all different hoods, like BFG Bands from Pleasant Grove, Head Huncho, Amir from East Dallas, Kevin Got Bands from Singing Hills, and Himothy Chung from DeSoto, just to name a few. Now, to make things clear, the New Dallas scene doesn't promote violence, meaning it's not the main focus of their music. However, to say that they don't play a part in the Dallas drill scene would be pretty ignorant to say the least. So let me explain. Although Zillionaire Doe doesn't have it in his name, he is actually a part of the historic BFG set, originating in Oak Hollow and Four Deuce in South Dallas, choosing to pursue a career in music only after losing his close friend, BFG Strap, in September of 2022. To make things even crazier, Doe is actually brothers with Top Shooter from EBK in Oak Cliff. Doe is also known to be like a big homie to FBG member One Glue, who was shot by OTS members Tre and Wu last year in Park Row. Now, Montana isn't known to claim a specific set, but he is known to be very tied in with B4L member Baby, with him being seen in music videos with Baby dating back to 2023. Same thing with another New Dallas associate named Big Homie Kevy, with PCE member Shooter being seen in the background for his music video 5 Everlasting. With that being said, we can now take a look at the main conflict that would lead to the fallout between New Dallas rapper BFG Bands and Dallas drill rapper FBG Murda. The first traces of the OTS and BFG Bands relationship would begin in 2023 when hanging out in Oak Hollow due to being sanctioned by the older guys. Murda's first song, Jizzle Smokin', would be shot here. Later, following a vlog in 2024 where you can see pretty much OTS's main lineup. However, this alliance wouldn't last very long, since shortly after, Bands would seemingly start going back and forth with Murda in October of last year, sending subliminals about not needing music to be turned. Murda would respond, saying he
Bro, I don't need music to be turned. I'll go right back to trapping, scamming, stealing. Nigga, what are you talking about, bro? Just talk about how you a good artist. I think I heard of the FBG Murda dude before, but it ain't had nothing to do with music.
Responding to any washed up rappers, and that things would be handled accordingly. The fallout would become official when 300 member Thurt would be shot and unalived on November 15th. This death is pretty significant, saying as Thurt was extremely loved and respected by members of Oak Hollow, with the neighborhood serving as a second home to him essentially. That would probably explain why FBG Murda would strangely start dissing Third on his Instagram story the following morning. Many fans believe this would be an attempt to disrespect 300 due to them being heavily tied to B4L, since OTS are the ones who got Billy. Fast forward to 2025, the conflict would become more apparent as Murda would begin posting DMs between.
Why this Ned texting me? You made a post less than 24 hours made you duck your cousin begged me to not do nothing else. He the only reason it ain't get doubled back on. LOL. He know you a
him and BFG bans, with bans calling him a pranking young nigga, and Murda responding by reminding him that they had just came through his hood for his social media antics. Murda would ultimately escalate things when he would publicly diss fallen Oak Hollow resident Booga, who was backdoored in his own hood by members of Savage Gang of all people back in 2020, asking if he would run like his homie Booga did. This would explain why a SG member was beat up at the fair last year after trolling and looking for attention. BFG bans hates SG with a passion, with him posting on his story once that anyone throwing up Z's can feel that fi. This is a reference to SG members commonly throwing up Z's in tribute to Fats. Murda would give insight into the
Dude, this nigga got a polo hoodie with no undershirt on. Hold on, bro. Let me just check real quick, because I don't think I've ever been this deep in the trenches.
Further with his disrespectful.
Hold on, bro. I'm not tweaking. This nigga got a polo tee on with no undershirt. He way too deep in the trenches. Way too deep, Brody. You need to lock in right now. Drop the hand sign. You need to lock in, bro. You got no undershirt on, gang?
In tribute to Fats. Murda would give insight into the conflict further with his disrespectful track, Real Dallas,
Murda,
where he goes on to rap about spinning on Lenway Street, which is Zillionaire Doe's hood. This could be a diss to BFG specifically, since FBG member One Glue is known to hang out there and was actually a part of BFG back in 2018. To make matters worse, Lenway would be blitzed again, recently leaving 8 people injured.
Damn, what's that? Somebody slumped or they beat him.
This would include One Glow and his brother Shrimp Cash, both a part of the music collective Neighborhood CEO. He would then go on to mention Montana 700 and another new Dallas artist named Busy, saying that he saw them in the mall and they did nothing to him. Murda would also diss BFG Bonds by calling him a washed-up rapper and that he was ducking his taco. He then ends the song with a diss to big homie Kevy, saying that he robbed him. A situation that happened at a basketball court where Kevy was robbed and smacked with a pistol by FBG Murda and Duncho. That's why Duncho would post to his story in February saying, BFG guys still haven't got their stuff back. Lil Six would also take to his story dissing Booga in an unreleased snippet, pretty much confirming his side. But what do you guys think? Do you think Murda and OTS stands a chance against the New Dallas movement? Is OTS the cause of all of their fallouts?
So Zillionaire and them trying to wash their hands and clean up their New Dallas thing and take it like international and global and make music, and FBG Murda trying to murder. That's what I got from this. The fact that some dude who probably ain't in none of these different cliques can make a full video on these dudes based off of stuff that they post on Instagram. Streets is dead. These niggas like snitching on themselves. Crazy as hell.